All right, this is for Rebecca and her friends. Rebecca's story. You guys don't know her whole story, but you are a part of at least a portion of the story. When she asks you to come forward, there's a reason for it. It's because she told true stories, and she's being treated like those stories are not true, like she's making them up, like they're figments of her imagination. That's why she needs you to speak up. Her predators called her mentally ill to cast doubt on her words, to make it sound like she was some sort of a nut job when she tried to turn them in. Same shit I've been going through. I can verify a lot of the people in her story because I know those people personally. Some of them are my friends on my Facebook. They're my friends on Facebook. Some of those people I looked into that I know personally and found out they're in prison. John Becker is in prison. There's a lot of people from my stories, like Cinder Block. He was a witness to the situation, him and Aaron Mayville, both, as well as Anna, and I've got her conversations on my YouTube. And Tony, the guy who was going to give Danny mouth to mouth. That was what that was over, finding Danny dead. Now, obviously, with Cinderblock being in prison, he's not going to be able to verify that. With John Becker being in prison, he's not really any use. But these people do exist. They absolutely do. They were waving the lady over in the car over there and noticed that I was in here and decided to wave at me too. All right, so I've got a channel that's dedicated to this stuff because it does happen often to the most at risk people in this country. And Rebecca is, yeah, she has an extremely high risk factor. She has been abused repeatedly. She has hospital paperwork that backs up her stories, that shows that the abuse that she endured, that there is physical evidence of that abuse verified by the hospitals. Those things did happen. What she's telling you is that her predators are still free. They're still free to harm her. That harm does not just extend physically, it also extends to her living situation, her ability to have a safe environment. And that safe environment is an absolute necessity if she wants to turn these predators in. She has to have that address or the cops will blow her off, same as they blow off a male. Rebecca, I do need you to tell your story, and here's why. It takes a really long time for me to screenshot all of this, especially when you're texting me a whole bunch. It is important, and I am going to read it. You're not a bad person for doing that. And I get with your anxiety state right now, it's hard for you not to do that. I'm not telling you that you're a bad person for it. I know exactly the feeling. I've done the same. That texting for hours at a time. At the same time, people want to hear your story from your mouth. See, if I tell it, they go, "Well, how do we know you didn't make Rebecca up?" Same stuff that you got to go through, Rebecca. Like I said, your story and my story are not a lot different. I get treated the same way. What you are doing is verifying that the people in my stories actually exist. And that's what I needed you for. My computer is about to die, so I gotta shut off this video. But here's the thing, Rebecca. I have to go through all of these. I have to take screenshots of every single one. I have to send them to myself. After I've sent them to myself, I have to wait for them to be there, and then I have to go through them all, and I have to find the ones that have stuff that'll get me kicked off of YouTube or off of Facebook. And then after I've done that, then I have to go through and I have to get it ready